Good morning, students. How you all are? Hope you all are well. In today's class, we are going to start a new chapter from the book First Flight. Chapter number 7, Glimpse of India. The word glimpses means छवि कह सकते हैं ना. The important parts, important content of India. In this unit, we will study 3 units. The first one is a baker from Goa, second Kurg, third tea from Assam. So we have to learn 3 units in this chapter. Today in our class we are going to start the first unit, a baker from Goa, written by Lucio Rodriguez. Basically in this chapter we will discuss about Goa, the culture of Goa and importance of baking profession or bakers in Goa those days. I'm saying it those days because the narrator had expressed how Goa was in those days, that means when he was a child, what are the importance of bakers. Basically, this chapter is a pen portrait of traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. Students, basically, Goa is one such place where there are number of Anglo-Indian people. Anglo-Indian means they are not from India. They belong to the foreign countries, but right now they are settled in India. So students, I think now we should start our chapter. I will read the chapter, explain the difficult words, and even I will explain the meaning of each paragraph. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. The Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those scatters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Those age old time tested furnace still exist. The fire in the furnace has not yet extinguished. So first we will discuss about the difficult words. Reminiscing nostalgically means thinking fondly of the past. बेसिकली वर्ड नॉस्टैल्जिक मीन्स होता है अपने पास्ट के बारे में सोचना. वैनिश्ड इट मीन्स डिसअपियर. एक्सटिंग्विश दैट मीन्स ख़त्म होना. ओके, सो बेसिकली द पोएट इज रिमेंबरिंग दैट द एल्डर or the old people, how they used to remember about old Portuguese days, that two good old Portuguese days. As before starting the chapter itself, I had told you that in those days, or even now also, Goa is one such place where we have lot of people who are originally from French and Portuguese, but right now they are settled in Goa. So basically this chapter is slightly related to the peoples of Portuguese and the famous loaves of bread. जैसे कि इंडिया में कोई भी स्पेशल ओकेशन होता है तो मिठाई स्वीट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट बेसिकली इन फ्रेंच एंड पोर्चुगीज द ब्रेड एंड केक, इनडायरेक्टली द बेकिंग मटेरियल्स आर वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो नॉर्मली आज की डेट में अगर हम बात करें, यू हैव मैनी ऑप्शंस ऑफ ईटेबल्स, है ना, कुरकुरे, चिप्स, लेस एंड सो मैनी अदर थिंग्स. Okay, but on those days all these things were not available. So our narrator's favorite thing were loaves of the bread. Narrator says that means nowadays the eaters or lovers of these breads have vanished. That means कम हो गए हैं, but still makers are there. That means narrator is saying that although in Goa also nowadays Baking is not a very important profession, but still, bakers exist. Then poet tried to explain the division of labor in the baking profession. Means even the baking profession is not very easy profession. Narrator says that there are mixers. Basically, mixers means they are the people who prepare dough for the bread. Then molders. Molders are the people who put the dough and mold in the tray. Then who bake the loaves. That means who bake the breads. So the narrator had trying to say that even the baking profession is not a very easy profession, but an elaborate profession. Two important lines which are very important in this paragraph are: those old age time tested furnace still exist. So first we will try to understand the meaning of furnace. Nowadays cake and bread can be baked in oven and microwave, etc., etc. But on those days we don't have all those things. So furnace basically means chulha, है ना? It was used to bake the bread. So the narrator is saying that tested furnace मीन्स एक ऐसा फर्नेस जो बहुत बार टेस्ट हुआ था, जिसमें बहुत बार ब्रेड बेक हुआ था, बहुत साल पहले ये सब हुआ था, बट स्टिल इट एग्जिस्ट, है ना? दोस एज ओल्ड फर्नेस स्टिल एग्जिस्ट. एंड अगेन दिस ब्यूटिफुल लाइन इज कंटिन्यूड: द फायर इन द फर्नेस हैज़ नॉट येट एक्सटिंग्विश्ड. द नरेटर इज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू से दैट मीन्स आज की डेट में भी वो फर्नेस में फायर है जिसमें बहुत ही टेस्टी ब्रेड बेक होता है. द थर्ड एंड जिंगल. बेसिकली दिस थर्ड एंड जिंगल is the sound produced when the bakers of bread or the sellers of this bread they used to come. Okay students, the traditional baker's bamboo hurdling his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as padder. So first we will discuss about difficult words. Heralding, it means announcing. Then padder. Basically padder is the name which is used to refer the bakers or bread sellers. So our narrator is saying that नॉर्मली आप लोगों ने देखा होगा जब भी ये फूड और स्ट्रीट सेलर्स होते हैं उनके पास कुछ अलग सा हॉर्न होता है ना. जैसे कि आज की डेट में समटाइम्स यू कैन से दैट द चाट सेलर्स दे यूज टू मेक साउंड ऑन द प्लेट इन विच दे आर मेकिंग द चाट. बट नॉर्मली जो ब्रेड सेलर्स थे वो बाम्बू के स्टिक से कुछ स्पेशल साउंड निकालते थे. व्हेन दिस बैम्बू स्टिक वॉज ब्लोन इन द एयर it produced some different sound, and the narrator says that it was the sound through which narrator used to awake in the morning. Then narrator add that means उस डेट में ये जो ब्रेड का बिजनेस है वो फादर चलाता था, बट नाउ दैट प्रोफेशन इज पास्ड टू द सन, एंड इन दिस वे दिस फैमिली प्रोफेशन continues. And bakers even today they are known as padders in Goa. Basically the word padder is a word which comes from the Portuguese language, and basically it means the person who is selling the bread and plays a very important part in the society. During the childhood in Goa, the bakers used to be our friend, companion and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. So you can see that narrator is saying that the bakers or padders in those days, that means when our narrator was a child, the bakers were friend, companion and guide. So the narrator had used these three words, friend, companion, and guide, to show that these bakers, they played a very important role in their life when narrator was a childhood. The narrator says that normally these bakers, at least twice a day, in a single day, twice a time, the narrator can see these bakers. One, or it was in the morning when the bakers used to go for the selling round. मतलब मॉर्निंग में हमारे नरेटर उनको तब देखते थे जब ये जो बेकर्स थे वो अपने ब्रेड को सेल करने जाते थे. एंड अगेन इन द इवनिंग टाइम ही यूज टू सी those bakers emptying his huge basket. Okay, emptying his huge basket. So you can understand that narrator had used this sentence to show that on those days the breads were in great demand. The morning, what all breads these sellers had, by the evening time it used to be finished. Clear, students? The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from the sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. The loaves were bought by some Paskins or Baskins, the maid servant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles, which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. So, jingling third, as already we discussed that jingling third is a sound produced by the bamboo, है ना. मीन्स वो एक हॉर्न या फिर ऐसा कुछ अपने पास नहीं रखते थे, बट एक बाम्बू स्टिक को अलग तरीके से ब्लो करते थे, विच यूज टू प्रोड्यूस एन अलार्मिंग साउंड. एंड आवर नरेटर इज सेइंग दैट विथ दिस sound produced by the bamboo, they used to woke us up in the sleep. Then after waking up, the narrator used to jump and go to meet and greet him. Okay, as the narrator had himself said that these bakers were friend, companion, and their guide. So morning itself the narrator used to jump from the bed because of the alarming sound produced by these bakers, and after that narrator will jump and go to meet them and greet them. And narrator is saying that this was not because of love of the loaf. It was not because of the love of the loaf, but it was something else. क्योंकि उनके घर में जो ब्रेड जो खरीदते थे, it was by Paskin and Bastin. नॉर्मली पैस्किन एंड बेस्टिन जो है, इट इज़ द सरनेम ऑफ देयर मेड सर्वेंट. और नॉर्मली हमारे नरेटर के घर में ये जो ब्रेड खरीदने का काम था, ये पैस्किन और बेस्टिन जो उनके मेड सर्वेंट थे वो करते थे. बट द मेन थिंग दैट आवर नरेटर वांटेड, इट वाज ब्रेड बैंगल्स. नॉर्मली आप लोग सबका भी कुछ ना कुछ फेवरेट ब्रेड होता होगा या फिर कोई स्पेशल चीज़ होता होगा जिसको आप ईगरली वेट करते हैं कि उसका सेलर आए, उसको बेचने वाला आए और आप तुरंत जाके उसको खरीद ले. सो इन द सेम वे आवर नरेटर्स फेवरेट थिंग वॉज ब्रेड बैंगल्स, है ना. तो नॉर्मली नरेटर का फैमिली जो है वो नॉर्मल ब्रेड लोफ्स तो लेता ही था, बट नरेटर्स फेवरेट थिंग वॉज ब्रेड बैंगल्स, विच वॉज अ स्वीट ब्रेड ऑफ स्पेशल मेक. सो दिस वॉज द रीज़न आवर नरेटर, he used to jump from the bed in the morning and used to go and purchase it. Okay, students. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with jeng jeng sound of his specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. So now narrator is remembering the appearance of those bakers. नरेटर कहते हैं, नॉर्मली आपने देखा होगा कोई भी सीरियल्स वगैरह में, फिल्म में, जब भी कोई हीरो एंटर करता है, ही एंटर विद अ म्यूजिकल एंट्री, एक बैकग्राउंड में म्यूजिक चलता है. सो इन द सेम वे व्हेन द बेकर्स एंटर्ड, they used to produce a jang jang sound which was produced by the bamboo. On one hand they supported the basket, means एक हाथ से वो अपने हेड पे रखे हुए बास्केट को सपोर्ट करते थे, एंड द अदर हैंड वॉज यूज्ड टू मेक द साउंड प्रोड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम द बैम्बू. In the morning, the bakers, he means baker, he used to come and greet the lady. That means उनके घर के जो भी मेन मेंबर है उनको गुड मॉर्निंग बोलकर ग्रीट करते थे, एंड उसके बाद वो अपने सर से बास्केट को निकाल कर अपने बाम्बू में रखते थे. सो दिस वॉज अ नॉर्मल रूटीन विच आवर narrator remember that happened when he was a kid. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet. Parapet means an area which is little raised. Okay, that is called parapet. And peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance means good smell, of those loaves for the elder and the bangles for the children. So narrator is just sharing his experience that when he was a small boy kid, means जो servant था वो क्या करता था, वो तो ब्रेड लेता ही था, बट एनी हाउ आवर नरेटर वॉट ही विल डू, ही विल क्लाइंब अ बेंच or a parapet. Why? Because he want to peep his head into the basket. Means he want to see that, he want to check that what is the material or thing inside the basket. Basically our narrator, he wanted the bangles bread because he believed that it was the most tasty thing for the children of those age. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouth properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth, not hot tea would wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So basically in this paragraph you can see that narrator है ना, what narrator is trying to present his kiddish behavior on those days. नॉर्मली ऐसा सबके साथ होता है कि अगर आपका टेस्टी फूड आपके सामने हो, इवन यू कैन नॉट वेट टू वॉश योर हैंड्स एंड टू ब्रश आवर टी. So exactly this was the case with our narrator. Narrator remembered that when he used to get his favorite bread, he forget to brush his teeth or wash his mouth. Moreover, वो पुराने ज़माने में हमारे नरेटर याद करते हैं, they were not having the brush, but they has to pluck a mango leaf for brushing. So this was something that is little difficult and little tireful. So that was the reason the narrator, whenever he used to see the bread bangles, he never stopped himself, that he never wanted to brush the teeth, never wanted to wash the mouth, but he will suddenly start eating those tasty delicious bread. Moreover, narrator, he is giving a very good excuse that tigers never brush his teeth. मतलब जब शेर ब्रश नहीं करता है, the tigers, if they are not brushing the teeth, why the small kid like him should brush the teeth? Moreover, when the hot tea will get inside their mouth, everything will be clean. So this was a very good argument that is given by our narrator, that why he was not brushing his teeth. now you can see that here narrator is again going and explaining the important things in the Goa when narrator was a child. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as ball. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So you can see that narrator is trying to show the importance of baker. इवन आज की भी डेट में अगर हम बात करें, अगर हम किसी का बर्थडे बना रहे हैं, so without birthday cake that party cannot be finished. Exactly on those days it was the case with bread, and that famous bread which was famous for the marriage and other events, it was ball. Okay, so this bread ball, it was very famous and it was the main ingredient of a party or a feast. Basically feast means a gathering with a lot of people. Basically we can say that it is a party. Narrator feels that the charm or beauty is lost without the bread. So all this thing narrator is mentioning to show the importance of baker on those days. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well other festivals. Thus, the presence of baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Okay, so narrator is saying that the presence of baker and his furnace where this bread, cake, everything is made, it is very much important. Narrator says that sandwiches, है ना, it is very important for a daughter's engagement. Normally, as today we have samosa, kachori, and other things, on those days for the narrator, it was sandwiches. And then he says about the cakes and bolinas, which were important for all the function, especially Christmas. So narrator is trying again and again to show the importance of bakers in a village. Clear, students? The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and a trousers which were shorter than the full length ones and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he had dressed like a pedder. Peculiar means strange, different. Okay, kabai, that is the name of a dress mentioned in this paragraph. So basically what narrator is saying, he is now saying about the physical appearance or the dressing about the these bakers. Narrator is saying that on those days these bakers, they have a very peculiar dressing. They used to wear कबाई. कबाई नॉर्मली एक बहुत बड़ा गाउन जैसा ड्रेस होता था जिसमें बहुत कम स्टिचेस होते थे, बहुत फ्री रहता था, बहुत लूज रहता था. एंड नॉर्मली वो ऐसा ड्रेस इसीलिए पहनते थे बिकॉज इफ़ दे हैव टू स्टे नियर द फर्नेस विच इज़ वेरी हॉट, so it will be very comfortable for them if they just wear a very comfortable cloth. Clear, students? The baker usually collected his bills at the end of month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some walls in the pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. Even today, any person with jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So, first we will discuss few difficult Words, mm, prosperous, it means very successful. Plump, थोड़ा सा फैटी. ओके, द नॉर्मली थोड़े फैटी लोगों को प्लम्प ऐसे रेफर करते हैं. फिजिक, दैट मीन्स द फिजिकल फीचर्स. टेस्टिमोनी, वी कैन से दैट द रिजल्ट. Okay, so here you can see that the narrator, he is saying about the condition of bakers on those days. As bakers, it was a very good profession. तो वो डेली का हिसाब नहीं करते थे, बट देयर मीन्स द बिल्स वर पेड मंथली, है ना, मंथली. एंड द वे दे यूज टू रिकॉर्ड their transaction, it was very strange. They used to write in the wall with the pencil. मीन्स हर घर के दीवार में जो भी वो ब्रेड का हिसाब होता था उसको वॉल पे पेंसिल से लिखते थे. एंड इन दिस वे, इन द लास्ट डेट ऑफ मंथ, द बिल्स वर पेड. देन नरेटर इज सेइंग दैट baking was a indeed profitable profession in old days. That directly narrator is saying that on those days baking, it was a very good profession. One can have good earnings to this profession. But you can look that he is specially mentioned in the old days, because nowadays that industry is not in its top because of the several other industries in the food which had emerged. Then narrator tried to explain that why the baking was a profitable profession on those days, because baker and family, they never starved. मीन्स उनको कभी भी भूखा नहीं रहना पड़ता था. ही, his family and their servants, they always looked happy and prosperous. Basically here prosperous means rich. Okay, as their pocket was full of money because the bread was doing very good business on those days. So everyone, those were related to the baking business, whether he is owner or owner's family member or the servant of that person, they all were happy and prosperous. And again poet is trying to give few more examples that why they were very much happy and prosperous, because on those days they have a plump physique. प्लम फिजिक मीन्स आज की भी डेट में हम किसी हेल्दी पर्सन को देख के बोलते हैं कि वो किसी खाते पीते खानदान का लगता है ना. सो इन द सेम वे नरेटर इज सेइंग दैट on those days almost every baker and their family member and their servants, they had a plump physique, which was a symbol of happiness and prosperity. And narrator is just making a small comment with the sense of humor. Means in today's date, anyone with a jackfruit like physique means जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा healthy है, he is compared to bakers of those days, in which the baking was a very good profession and it was considered to be one of the fine profession. And in this way this chapter finishes. So basically in this chapter narrator had tried to present his childhood memories which was related to Goa and the baking profession. I hope you all enjoyed this chapter. So if you have any doubt, please ask it and then you start writing the question answers. Thank you students.